If you don't already know this about me, I'm gonna tell you now. I love Dev Patel. Oh my god, like I love Dev Patel since I know I wasn't there when he I guess in that British show EastEnders or Siders or whatever. Like if you saw him in Newsroom, that's when I fell in love with Dev Patel. But anyway, he has made his directorial debut with his new film called Monkey Man, and this movie is so good. Like I'm like so proud of him. Like I know him or something. Like we're friends, and I'm like, yeah, go boy. Just you can see that he really studied like film and what he wanted his movie to be, like the techniques he was using and how he set up, the backstory, the history of the Monkey Man, Hanuman, which is the same Hanuman that Mbaku talks about in Black Panther. Best something else. Anyway, but the setup, it starts off at a 10. Like something happens to his mom, and you just know he's just like off and going, and it's just like he's on revenge. It is a hero's journey to revenge, and I love it, and I love how it takes you back into India, and you just get that feeling, that denseness, the overcrowdedness, how the buildings are close, there's just a lot of people, and you just feel like that claustrophobic thing happening, and I love that. What else? And also what I really enjoyed about it is how who the bad guys are. You know who they are. Like you see this one person there, they're a pimp, a madam. You don't know whether she's employing these people of their own free will or she's kidnapping them. And then there's obviously corruption in the police. And then there's this guy, the Lion of India, who clearly is, not all he claims to be. And I love that the through line for me is his character. We never really know his character's real name. If they do, I didn't really catch it because there were times when obviously they were speaking. I want to say they were speaking in Hindi, or maybe it was Punjabi, but they were speaking, and they may have said his actual name, but you never know his name. He calls himself Bobby, but it was like one of those things where he looked at an item, was like, oh, that's my name, because obviously he didn't want them to know what his name was, so that was cool. But his through line was like I'm getting revenge for my mom. But the backdrop of it was so much more because of the corruption and how high it went up, and his mother's death being. If you've seen the preview, it's a relevant story. His mom was murdered, and the fact that he was killed was, getting revenge on the same people who also were the cause for this, help facilitate all the corruption in the area. I think is like a bonus for him, because that's not what he's worried about. He's worried about, y'all killed my mom, I'm going to get you specifically. And also there's, obviously Dev Patel takes his shirt off, this beautiful montage, and I was just like, yes, yeah. It wasn't just like, oh, eye candy. See, it is like but I just love how you get to see like these different lives being lived in this area. There's like the outcasts, people who obviously are the ones who are going to help him when things get really rough, because who else is going to help him? Because people are afraid of the people who are in power, the chief of police, and then the lying guy, and then the madam of the area. But the movie was very good. I got very emotional. I was very, and anybody who is I won't say easy, anybody who has triggers. I'm just going to spoil this for you because I want people to feel safe watching this movie. I was definitely on high alert the entire time because I thought his mom had been violated before she was murdered. But she isn't. I'm only saying this because I know I felt on edge the entire movie waiting for this horrific scene to happen. But then that didn't happen. And so if you're watching the movie, you don't have to have that feeling of like, when's this scene coming? When's this scene coming? Close my eyes. So that's important for me to share with you. Alright, well, if you've seen Monkey Man, tell me how you felt about it. And if this has helped you persuade you to go and see it, because this is 2 thumbs up for me. So, peace out.
You don't have to be perfect to be amazing.